there's competing priorities. You have people from her old loyalists from her disastrous 2019 campaign. You've got the old Biden campaign loyalists who she kept on. And then you've got this new Obama team coming in, the old Obama 2012 crew like David Plouffe. And they're not meshing together. They all have completely different priorities. And the real problem is that you have a candidate who cannot make up her mind. She is insecure and indecisive.
And we back with some more Byron Donalds, where he's on Fox News Network, where he is discussing how this is the beginning of the end of Kamala Harris's campaign. Don't understand what I'm talking about? Let's sit back and react as we watch what's about to unfold right here. Listen, if you like reactions like this, consider hitting that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And also hit the notification bell. Let's see how this is about to play out. Let's go, baby. Let me stop wasting your time.
Here now with more, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, Fox and Friend Weekends co-host Will Cain, and Fox News contributor Miranda Devine. All right, I'll start with you, Congressman Donalds. You know, James Carville was probably right when he said that Kamala Harris has to really answer for her left messaging and everything that she said. And he basically said that preachy females were to blame for the messaging problem. Has Kamala taken away those concerns that Carville had?
No, she hasn't, Judge. If anything, looking at that first clip, she's only amplified them. They had the campaigns having staffers leak out to the press saying that she was changing all these positions. Then when she's finally asked about it, after 40 days of having been able to sit in the back and craft an answer, she comes out with that her values have not changed. This is not good for the Harris campaign because, number one, the imagery did not look good.
Yeah, the image did not look good. That was bad imagery. You know how she's always kiki, always giggle. Well, you could see her energy was just off. She ain't even have energy to giggle like she always do. You understand?
Did not look strong. She did not look like the mantle of a president. And then number two, she backtracks on all of the leaks that her campaign was using to backtrack off of her radical, progressive, liberal agenda. It did not go well. I'm pretty sure that the rest of this interview did not go well, but we'll see. But the bigger issue is Kamala Harris has hidden from the press because she cannot actually go toe-to-toe with reporters and the American people to question and go through her record. It is a radical record. It is a bad record for the American people.
Listen, on another note, I remember being young and I used to have some of the elders tell me, why every time you talk, you express yourself with your hands? Well, fast forward to today, why nobody brings that same situation up? Why is nobody bringing up that same topic when we're watching politicians, huh? Politicians love doing this right here, and they love doing hand gestures all the time. I don't know if this is I don't know if this has to do with some type of marketing or capturing your attention, but hey, I pay attention to the weirdest things sometimes.
I think you're seeing the beginning of the end for this campaign.
And you know, Will Cain, the whole idea that she is a candidate for change, according to Ben Stiller, is stunning to me because there's no change. She's been in the White House for 3 years and 9 months.
That is a fact.
What is wrong with these people?
There's a change in the vibes, Judge. There's a change in the top of the totem pole. There's a new totem. But underneath that totem, for the rest of the totem pole, is the same policies. Like Newt Gingrich and the congressman, I actually find it very notable, important, Judge, that she said her values have not changed. I think a very worthy follow-up would be, could you please explain?
Indeed.
Would you articulate your values?
She is basically Bidenomics 2.0, all right? She is the next coming of the Biden administration. He is right. She is not going to change. She's actually going to be worse. You understand? She's going to be worse than Biden. You're going to wish you had Biden back. If she wins the election, you're going to wish Biden was the president instead of her. She is going to go on a hunt. The first person I think she's going to go after is social media. Don't believe me? Keep following up with her campaign. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Because we could explain and we could show a montage right now, Judge, of her saying, for example, that we need to fight for equity. When she explains equity, she says not everybody starts at the same place, but everybody should end up at the same place. And in order to do so, some should get more than others. Well, that might not be an exact repetition, but it's pretty rhythmic with the popular Marxist saying of from each according to his ability, to each according to his need. It sounds to me like she is doubling down on values that are overtly Marxist.
They are overtly Marxist, Miranda Devine. I mean, when they talk about, and even Wall's brothers and sisters, and you know, the Marxism, we look forward, we never look back. I mean, it's almost like, you know, pre-World War II.
Yes, it is, Judge. And look, the entire way that they're running her campaign is very communistic. It's very top-down control and a lot of brainwashing and lying and pretending that there's joy out there, when really the news that's filtering through from Harris campaign headquarters is that it's just full of confusion. There's competing priorities. You have you know, people from her old loyalists from her disastrous 2019 campaign. You've got the old Biden campaign loyalists who she kept on. And then you've got this new Obama team coming in, the old Obama 2012 crew like David Plouffe. And they're not meshing together. They all have completely different priorities. And the real problem is that you have a candidate who cannot make up her mind. She is insecure and indecisive. And, you know, it took her 40 days to figure out which sycophantic media outlet she was going to give this pre-recorded 18-minute interview. I'm sure it'll be her only one of the campaign. And even then, she had to have her wingman, as you call him, emotional support partner, Tim Walz, by her side. And as Byron said, the optics were just shocking. She was dwarfed by them. I think she was looking for the CEO in command look, but it didn't work.
No, not at all. Not at all. And Congressman Donalds, I'll go back to you. You know, it's not just the Obama campaign, the Biden campaign, the Harris campaign, or people, like 92% of the people who worked in her office left, but you've also got Mark Elias from the Steele dossier days. And, you know, it's almost as though her campaign is reflecting, in terms of it being chaotic and disorderly, the candidate herself as a person who is not being asked follow-ups and is not clear on what she believes in.
Yeah, she is not clear on anything right now. She's too wishy-washy for me. The people who keep advocating for her, I mean, y'all gotta be smoking some serious dope. I don't know what y'all on right now. I have people that I know personally, they keep trying to convince me like it's a religion, like they trying to convert me. You understand? First off, I'm pro-life. You understand what I mean? Not just pro-life, I'm pro-common sense. I'm pro-critical thinking. I'm pro-love. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said right there, y'all can miss me with all these rhetorics that y'all trying to spew and trying to manipulate everybody's train of thought, all right?
Judge, what we are witnessing is what happens when you have a machine candidate, somebody that is picked by the Democratic machine. Every aspect of that machine wants to have their hands in this campaign. And to Miranda's point, it doesn't look like she has the confidence within herself or the ability to take charge and lead this campaign. If she can't do that, how's she going to lead the United States of America? Contrast that with Donald J. Trump. Judge, I can assure you, he's in charge of that campaign. Everybody has their job, but the buck stops with him. He makes the decisions and they move forward. But that's why we were so successful as a country, because he is take charge. He is a leader. This interview already is demonstrating that she is not. I mean, Dana Bash might be 5 feet tall, and she looked bigger than Kamala Harris tonight.
Yeah, she looked much bigger. And, you know, Will, I'll go to you. I think there's something like 67 days. It took her 40 days. It's like she was in the desert for 40 days, wringing her hands, trying to.
First off, she need to stop wearing them ugly-ass blazers that she be wearing. They don't look right. They make her look too broad, you understand? First off, she looked like a little guy in a big suit. That's what she looked like to me.
to figure out, oh my gosh, who should I have do the interview? And I'll bring my wingman with me, and there won't be enough time, and we can edit it. Nobody's talking. We haven't seen the edits yet. But is there enough time to overcome this joy and lunacy of a change?
So much pressure is going to come down to that debate, because I don't have much faith at all that the press will be able to pull her out of that manufactured AI candidate, stage-managed version of Kamala Harris, the real version that we saw windows of, glimpses of for the last 4 years. Somebody that does not think on their feet and does not have depth when it comes to the issues. So if I can't count on the press to give us that authenticity, the only real opportunity does come down to that debate for Donald Trump. And hopefully we're not limited to one debate, but that's the best chance to see the real Kamala.
And, you know, Miranda, you talked yesterday, you were speaking about Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg has made the decision that he's not going to give $400 million in bucks, and, you know, he's not going to be subject to any kind of intimidation like the intimidation from the Biden-Harris campaign.
Remember, people kept speculating that the Biden administration is forcing all social media, allegedly, to either get down or lay down? Remember that? Oh, it's just a conspiracy. It's just a conspiracy. And now he actually came out. with the information saying that, yes, the Biden-Harris administration actually put him in a squeeze where he was threatened to get down and lay down. You understand? So, now you let me know. Are they really playing fair? Are they really playing fair out there, huh? If they're telling him that, imagine what they're doing with other platforms. You see what I'm saying? So who's really running the show? You know what I mean? Of course payola dictates everything, but when they hold it over your head, a lot of these companies are gonna bend backwards, I'm telling you.
What do you think that signals in terms of this election?
I think it shows that Zuckerberg is seeing what side of the road he needs to be on, and he suspects that Donald Trump is going to win the next election, and he knows that he's in bad odor with Donald Trump and his supporters because of what he did to help rig the 2020 election. So I think it's too little too late. He's very disingenuous, but I guess it's a good sign. At least the powerful sensorial people from the 2020 election are losing power, because if you've got someone like Mark Zuckerberg joining forces with Elon Musk, or at least trying to get on that side of the post, you know that Donald Trump is ascendant.
Another thing I'm realizing too, right? She's never been so vocal in her life until when she's trying to be a president. We've never seen her be this vocal. We've never seen Kamala be this vocal ever in our life. When it comes to the moment she became vice president, she just disappeared. That's how I'm looking at it. Or the media wasn't concerned too much with her, or maybe they were just doing it on purpose. But now it seems like they're just throwing her in our face all of a sudden, right? You just can't get enough of her. Pay attention, I'm telling you. These media outlets can make you hate or like someone. They can make you like the wrong person or dislike the wrong person. You got to be careful.
Okay, and Congressman Donalds, very quickly, Kamala Harris right now is riding this joy balloon. At some point, it's got to start leaking. I mean, there are leaks coming out of the campaign, but how long will she be able to withstand the kind of pressure that she's going to be under, not so much from the press, but in terms of the campaign itself?
Not much longer, because the demands and the expectations are only going to rise. As we watch this full interview, if this thing doesn't go well, there's going to be calls for her to step out and do more. The debate, all the pressure is on Kamala Harris, not Donald Trump. We know who Donald Trump is and what he's going to do. She has to demonstrate the stature, the competency, and then the ideas to be president of the United States. So I think you're going to see more out of this campaign as things trend downwards for Kamala Harris.
And quickly, Will Kane, it's kind of tight right now. What do you think is going on?
I can't explain to the American public embracing Kamala Harris. I truly cannot. I think that it is just this. I really cannot, Judge. I don't understand how you could accept what is a D-level candidate as the potential president of the United States. But the answer will go back, honestly, it's going to go back to that clip you played of Ben Stiller. It's going to be an American public that rides along the wave of the news, doesn't dig deep, doesn't care about understanding Kamala Harris, but just rides the vibes.
He is not lying. Most of the people nowadays, they're voting off the vibe. When she's talking, they're going to say, you heard what she said? She ate that. I mean, that has nothing to do with a policy. That has nothing to do with being a leader. Anyone could do that. You understand what I'm saying? When she goes up there and say it to my face, and she's trying to sound country, she sound terrible. You understand? I don't understand. I don't really like none of the slogans they're using. You know that when we fight, we win. I don't know. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life right there. I mean, if you want to believe that, that's on you. The way everybody's just gravitating to her, I'm just in disbelief. Just a year or two ago, you guys were in on a joke when they were saying she's nowhere to be found. And the very same people is like, y'all just forgot about that. Y'all don't like to dig deep. Y'all just surface dwellers. I'm going to call it how I see it. Do your own research, please. Don't allow me to dictate how you should think. You understand? Do your own due diligence. With that being said, if you made it to this part of the video, consider hitting that like button. Definitely subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one.